funny that the proposition talks about Sri Lanka in the first place. When segregation of Tamils and Sri Lankans was the main reason why the Tamil Tigers formed, when a huge group of Tamils were living in the north. As regards to the whole Sri Lanka population in the rest of the area, that's what's caused the Tamil Tigers to be segregated from the rest of the population to create trouble in the first place. And that's why you talk about the security of being in a group, whereby this group mentality makes you feel invincible, makes you feel safer, and that's why you feel these people dare to do more radical things such as bombing up people. So, and they have thought about how Ghettoism will solve the problem. We are saying here that, in a moment, we are saying here that Ghettoism is not solving the root problem. You might shelve away the problem for a while, the problem might lessen for a while, but overall, the problem will still increase because these people do not understand each other. These people do not understand the differences they have are on a superficial level, and that at the base level they are still the same, and that's what's caused the racism in the first place, and that's what the opposition is trying to prevent. Yes, sir.
Now let me clarify something. The reason why the Tamil Tigers were formed in the first place is because they wanted an independent state, essentially a ghetto.
Yeah. And what we are saying here is because the reason why they wanted a ghetto was because they already are a ghetto when in another country. And we are saying here that that's what made the situation worse. The self-made ghetto that Tamils have in the country was made worse by the majority not being able to integrate these people back into society. We are saying here that that's what made things worse. That their lack of understanding that made the situation worse. Now let me get on with my no thank you. The main point about the real review. We are saying here, as we agree that people naturally want to congregate with people with similar interests and identity. And we are saying here that these people are doing the same thing. And why they are doing this? Because they want this racism to not
Sir,
yes.
are you going to raise the fact that you might break into a racial war just because of integration?
We are saying here that if these people do not see that these differences, we are saying here that this integration does not give such a problem because people will generally understand the differences between each other, and because of that, racism will generally disappear. And we are saying here that segregation increases the misunderstanding between people and therefore we say that this what's causing the problem of racism. And we say that when you create segregation, ghettoism, we are saying that it makes there a clear line between blacks and French. And we are saying here that what you are doing is that you are putting a bunch of poor people that do not have their whole rights entitled to them, and people will generally link ghettoism with poverty, and that's what will make the situation worse. That's what will make the racism worse, and that is the cause of racism. And we are saying here that by using the status quo of integration of people, letting people mingle with each other, understand each other, we are saying that this is a better solution than ghettoism, which encourages segregation, as my first speaker has talked about, which creates racism and therefore go